Hey everybody, it's Scott from Channel Zero, your digital marketing MBA. And I wanted to do an unusual video tonight, but some stuff happened over this weekend that kind of got me in the mood to do this video and try to help some people out in a different way, a different market that I usually talk to. So it's got me doing this video and sporting my Gracie Jiu-Jitsu hoodie. Couple of the things that kind of led up to this for me is I'm doing some personal branding for a client right now, and it's got me thinking a lot about personal brandings of individuals. And then I watched the UFC 218 last night. And man, it was a great card. It was a great show. I loved a lot of the fights. The Eddie Alvarez fight was unbelievable. What a stud. Very impressive. And then, the Overeem knockout. Oh my gosh. I thought he was dead. It was one of the worst. Woo, it was mean. It was nasty. But a very impressive card. But what I did was I got curious afterwards, and I went and started doing a little bit of research and was curious about the payday and stuff. And I ended up looking at some of the people's different online presence and their paydays and some different stuff. And man, it just got me thinking how far behind the sport really is and how fighters are getting taken advantage of still, not making the kind of money they should be, but really just not understanding the business side of this. And so I wanted to make this for pro fighters to get a little bit more knowledge about it real quick, and even amateur fighters who are trying to get some attention, trying to get some sponsors, trying to get up in the ranks. So, I wanted to make a quick video for you guys to help you, give you 3 tips to help you get the money. I think there's 3 tips in here. That was my intention when I made the first slide. I can't even remember how many's in here, but let's move through it real quick. So I just want to help you guys out, give you some marketing perspective to think about. So what most people are missing, and what I think a lot of these fighters are missing, and this is what really got me kind of disturbed about this last night, that I started looking at starting from the people, who were making TV appearances, and the first 4 that I went and looked at, and I didn't look at any more after that. That's all I needed to see. The first 4 I looked at, they were on TV. They'd made it to a really high place in this sport. They were on TV for the UFC last night, and I pulled up the first guy's Instagram, and it was 2,000 followers. Just over. I pulled up the next person, and it was over 1,000 followers. Then I pulled up the third one, and there was like 800 or 900 followers, and it was a closed account. It was private. And then I couldn't even find the 4th guy I looked for. And I looked in the hashtags, and there was a bunch of people had him hashtagged, but I couldn't find his account. I think one of these guys, the 1 or 2,000, I went to their Twitter, and I'm sorry, Twitter's big for the UFC. I would probably be on it, but it's a dying medium in my opinion. It's an older medium. Instagram's definitely more where I would be if I was a fighter, even Snapchat, Facebook. But, Twitter, I guess, because of the UFC support, that's another conversation. But even there he had less on Twitter than he had on Instagram. And these were all managed fighters who were on TV. So one of the things that I think, we forget about is the business side of this as fighters. Because, you're so caught up in the training and trying to be the best, but there's more to that. And if you look at the sports management and other sports and sports marketing and other sports and other athletes and how they sold themselves and how Deion Sanders took a position that didn't command a lot of money and built himself up to where he could command a lot of money. He did what nobody else in that position could do. And so for a lot of guys, especially, if you're not the number 1 top of the world talent, you've got to do some things to get noticed, to get attention in order to get some bigger promotions, in order to get some bigger fights, in order to get some sponsors. But I'm looking at these things, and then I went and looked at all the major fight management sites, and I immediately could see issues with the websites and with the marketing. So I can understand why they don't have good marketing for these fighters, because they don't know marketing. They probably are great at contract negotiations and identifying talent and whatever they do, but marketing, it's weak. It got me even curious just thinking about the sport as a whole, and I went to 4 major MMA BJJ schools in my city, around the area, probably the 4 biggest. And I could tell again, the marketing's just not there. They're leaving money on the table. because they don't know what they're doing marketing. In fact, only one of the sites had a Facebook pixel that they could even read. And what that does, it allows you to have one of those ads that follow you around the internet. Those are warm leads. People visited your site and you didn't have a Facebook pixel and you didn't ask for an email. You didn't have a pop-up with a discount or nothing. It's like owning a retail store and letting people walk in and never greeting them, never saying hi, never asking if you could be of service, never asking if you could help them, never telling them what the specials are. Just letting them come in and walk around and then leave. It's amazing to me. And if they've been to your site and they're looking, then they're warm prospects. They're curious. They're interested. Wouldn't you rather have your ad dollars going to people you already know who are interested than really cold leads? How are you going to do that if you don't have a pixel on your site? How are you going to do that if you don't capture their email? So just the industry and the sport as a whole is missing it. And you guys, this is a business. And social media drives this sport. That's why I put this in the notes here. Why do you think 2011 or so many years ago, that maybe it wasn't that far back, I can't, but Dana White was paying Twitter bonuses for people who got engaged with grew their Twitter audiences, engaged with them, and just because he knew exactly what I'm saying, that social media drives the sport. And there's hardly anyone really, mostly the old school guys, that are really doing it right. And you know, he put people through classes. He did seminars. He had a marketing group come in and show them how to set up and how to use Twitter and everything else. So you need to understand that this is a business. There's a business side to this. Your training obviously is the number one thing, but especially if you don't have a budget and you're trying to get noticed, listen, not everybody's going to make it on the Ultimate Fighter TV show. There's probably guys right now that are watching this video that say, I watched some of the fights last night, or I've watched some fights in some major promotions, and I know I could have beat that guy. I know I wouldn't have made those mistakes. I know I would have made weight and all these things, and you know you should be up in there, but no one will give you the break. No one will give you the opportunity. Then you got to do things like this. You got to do some guerrilla marketing, some grassroots marketing to get noticed and to get yourself on the map. Your fighting and your talent necessarily does not guarantee that will happen for you. You got to do some stuff on your own, and remember that this is a business. And listen, I know some of you, this is artistic and you want to prove you're the warrior and you're the baddest and this ain't about money. But if you've got a family and you've got people that you're trying to take care of and that you're representing, then it absolutely is about money. You need to get 100% what you should out of every fight, out of every event, out of every sponsorship, or you're cheating your wife, you're cheating your children, you're cheating your teammates, you're cheating the sport. You're not raising the bar high enough. You can't say you're a person of integrity if you don't go out and get everything you should for the sport, for those coming up, for your family, and whoever else. So go out there and get what you're due and what's rightfully yours, guys. Market yourselves. Get a good marketer. Get a good manager that knows how to do this for you. So what do I suggest? And so there ain't going to be 3 points, or they're not going to be numbered correctly. So I'm sorry that opening slide was wrong. You've got to build your online presence. And the way you do that, obviously we're saying social media drives it. But let me tell you what social media is going to do for you. It's going to win the attention of large promotions. If you've got 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 followers on social media that you engage with, that are fans of yours, that they love coming and watching your videos and following you and interacting. I mean, when Dana White and matchmakers and people see that, listen, it's a business. That puts butts in the seats. That gets pay-per-view buys. When they see that you're marketable, they want to use guys like that, okay? So it's not just one, predominantly it's about putting on an exciting show, being a great athlete, making weight, and those type of things. But, man, if you can put butts in the seats, okay, listen, who was the guy, the former wrestler, and I'm sorry, the name's slipping me, that they just gave a shot to, who had no business being in the ring, right? You guys know who I'm talking about. What's his name? Anyhow, he had no business being in the ring, but he put butts in the seats, right? What about Butterbean in boxing? If you're old enough to remember that guy, right? There was something entertaining about it, entertainment value. He wasn't a great boxer, but there was something entertaining, and he put butts in the seats. So, you've got to have some type of value other than just the talent that you're bringing to the table if you want to stand out, if you want to create opportunities for yourself, if you want to get to the next level. So how do I build my online presence, Scott? I don't know anything about this. I can't afford to hire anybody. I'm going to give you a few pointers. If you've got somebody that does know social media or works for your management company, make sure they're doing these pointers. If you're one of these 4 guys that picked up your $2,500 or $5,000 Reebok bonus, whatever I saw it was that you got, well, you can hire me then for a few months and let me get this going for you. Let me set it up. Quit wasting the money on stuff your coach doesn't want you eating and whatever else. So, but hopefully you guys will find this helpful. So, post often. Try to have daily post, at least daily posts. You can't really post too often. There's arguments for it. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm just going to tell you to keep it simple. Post often. Be active. Post on there. Post on your Snapchat. Post on your Instagram. Whatever platform you choose to be on, post and interact with people often. The second thing is build your brand. Now, most people say create a character. I'm not really against that, but I'm more for be yourself, because you know why? Because there is a niche audience out there. There's a group out there that's going to connect with you. So if you're quiet and introverted, but you love your kids and you love your family, you love your wife, then make that your selling point. Tell that story. Make sure that you and your kids and you and your wife is in the videos, is in the Instagram. People are going to connect with that. Guys who love being a great husband, being a great dad. Wives and moms are going to love you. Kids who don't have a dad are going to watch and say, man, I wish I had a dad like that. You're going to find your audience. And listen, if you're a smart aleck and you like to challenge and trash talk, then do that. But don't create this persona of a bad guy like WWE wrestling or something. If that's not you, okay, just be yourself. If you're funny, be funny. If you're a smart aleck, be smart aleck. If you're a spiritual dude, be spiritual. Be yourself. People, the right people, your audience will find you and gravitate towards that. And everybody is attracted to authenticity and can't stand, the crap, the facade that people put on. You're going to have to use paid ads. There's no such thing really as organic traffic anymore. If you're fighting on the UFC, you should be picking up some organic traffic. People should be coming to find out who you are. But if you're really starting in the beginning, you got 800 followers, 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, your friends and teammates and stuff, you're going to have to use some paid ads. And I'm going to show you something about that on the next slide of how cost effective it really is, how cheap it can be. It's not that expensive, guys. Listen. Put $1 a day. Start somewhere. $1 a day. $30 a month. You can't do that. You can't take that bonus money. You can't take a little bit of extra income. You can't drop a cheeseburger or a dime bag or a couple beers or whatever you're into off of your menu for a few weeks to put $1 to $10 a day, $30 to $300 a month. Pushing your videos out there, pushing your content out there, pushing your fights out there. You're going to have to use some paid ads. And again, I'm going to show you something on the next screen that you might be eye-opening for you. Use videos. Videos are very popular right now. They're the cheapest way to get engagement. And they're very popular, obviously, among MMA. So, where's your highlight reel? Where's your 2, 3, 4, 5 minute highlight reel? Not the one that the other guy made on YouTube. Where's yours? Where's the one you made, the one you tell in your story that's on your channel? Where's that video? Where's that highlight reel? I've got a friend right now who's got a son who's 10th grade high school football stud. He's got highlight reels, 10th grader. You're a professional athlete on television with sponsors getting great exposure, and you still don't even have a highlight reel. You're still not even pushing your social media and growing your brand. You got to get into that, guys. You got to start doing that. And then the last thing I'm going to say about that before I show you the other page about paid ads is when you get sponsors, man, push them out there hard. Be loyal to them. Treat them great. don't take the attitude that I've finally arrived at a place that I deserve money from sponsors or free crap from sponsors. That's not going to get you very far. When sponsors are looking for somebody and they see someone who took a lesser known brand but really pushed it hard and was loyal and loved it, then that's going to be impressive to them. If you've helped a small company grow even a little bit or get some sales, that's going to be impressive to them. So make sure that you do that. You know, I own a t-shirt business, a couple e-coms businesses, and I picked up a jiu-jitsu player and was a sponsor for him. And, you know, I sent him a box of t-shirts, and no disrespect to him, but I sent him a box of t-shirts, and I got like one post from it, which didn't contribute to any sales. And then a week later, 2 weeks later, I got asked if I could pay an entry fee and send some more shirts. And, you know, there was nothing done for me. It was one post. Well, you know, of course not. I dropped them right there. Now, that was a couple years ago. I was younger in the business. I should have thought it through. This guy probably needed some training. He needed to understand what the relationship was. And I was just too busy to deal with the time and not empathetic enough, I guess, to help him out. I wish I would have. It would have been better for both of us. But anyhow, when you get sponsors, man, take care of them, put them out there, push them out, treat them right. And that's only going to help your reputation. People know that you support those that work with you, that you're easy to work with, you're easy to get along. Then everybody wants to help that kind of guy or wants to sponsor that kind of guy. And last but not least, the final slide. And I will end my rant. I know I've got really excited about this tonight. I love MMA, I love jiu-jitsu, and I love marketing. So, man, this was like, gas on the fire type of topic for me. So excuse me if you feel I got a little passionate about it, but I want to help you guys. I want you to know what you're doing so that you can command better dollars, and get more sponsors and get more fights and get where you should be, man. I would love to see that happen. I'd love for somebody to send me a message later and says, you know, I threw $1 a day at it on YouTube and $1 a day at it on Facebook, like you said, and I got the attention of some people and this happened for me, man. That would be awesome. This is something I pulled from my webpage or my Facebook ads account today. I just wanted you to see this. Now look, December 1st through December 2nd, and today I think is the 3rd. But you know, the last 2 days, basically, it's not updated for the 3rd yet. And this is my account. There I am. See, and here I've got a page I'm building likes for. I'm paying 1 cent a like. 1 cent a like. So I could grow it $1 a day, 100 likes a day. So you can't put $1 a day and grow your MMA fan page 100 a day. What is that? 3,000 a month? Come on. Now you're probably not going to be as good as me, obviously, and be able to get 1 cent per page likes, because that, you know, I'm the digital marketing MBA. So, but I'm trying to show you the potential of what could be done. Here is some video views. So someone has to watch the video for at least 3 seconds for this to count, okay? So I've got 400 people who have watched at least the first 3 seconds of this video. Now I want you to look at this price. Not 3 cents. See that extra zero? 0.003 of a cent is what I paid for those video views. You can't upload a highlight reel or an interview or something funny or something telling a story that people can identify with, whatever it is, and pay $1 for 400 video views. Come on, guys. This is an opportunity that has never existed before. To get this kind of exposure, you would have had to get a PR firm and a marketing firm and spend tens of thousands of dollars to try to grow your brand and grow your name and to get noticed by the UFC and different people. You can literally do it for dollars a day. It's a golden era to live in. The sport is still young. This medium, Facebook ads, I think, are even cheaper in most scenarios than the Instagram ads are even cheaper than Facebook ads in most of my scenarios and experience, because I run on both platforms. But it's just a great opportunity, guys. And so I hope you find that helpful. I'm done with my rant. Listen, if you're not somebody that wants to learn how to do this, you don't have the time, but you've got a little bit of extra money, you got a win bonus. Maybe you're a martial arts school. This is my shameless plug. Maybe you're one of these fight promotions. Maybe you're a manager, whatever it is, and you need some help with marketing. You got a bit of a budget that you can hire me. I work remotely. I've worked with people in Europe, in Canada, in New Zealand, in Australia, in San Diego, in Denver, in Houston, in Indianapolis, in Cincinnati, all over the world, right here from this computer remotely. So I can work with you no matter where you are. Reach out to me. Let me know how I can help. I would love to have an opportunity to work with some fight promotions, with some fighters, with some local martial arts schools. If, man, I put on some weight. I'm being unhealthy. I need to get back to training. I need to get back to rolling. You're one of the local schools, man. You happen to catch this video and you want me to do your social media marketing and you give my family some free training, holla at your boy. We can hook it up. So that's it. Once again, guys, I hope that was a blessing. I hope somebody's able to take this and use it. If you got more questions, leave them below the video. I'll try to answer for you. If you want some deeper help, reach out to me. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if this is helpful. Let me know if you agree or disagree. All right? I appreciate it. Have a great night. Be blessed.